Coach, scoreless draw at home against a difficult GCU side. Obviously, not the result you wanted. Your assessment of the game.
I think if you're going to put money on that game, you've got the two teams who concede the fewest goals in the league. You'd probably put money on it being a 0-0, and it was. A very, very close game. I think they had a great chance that hit off the post, and then we had the two great chances, I think, there at the end, but there wasn't really a whole lot in between. So two very hard-working, disciplined teams, and took it right through overtime and 0-0.
Now you lost Kyle Edwards to injury. Did that change your game plan a little bit?
It didn't change the game plan, but certainly when you have, a senior forward who, is as dangerous as Kyle, and not having him on the field for 90 minutes is always gonna hurt. But we've got players to step in. They're all part of the squad. They work with each other week in, week out, so they know what they need to do. They know what their role is, and the guys who came in did a good job.
In this game, GCU had a lot of chances, but your defense was able to, bunker down. What did you like about your defense here against GCU?
I don't think there were many chances. I mean, they had a great shot that hit the post. They had quite a bit of the play, in the midfield area, but I don't recall any chances. And that's probably what you get when you get two very disciplined, strong defensive teams. It may not have been the best game for the fans to watch. There wasn't a lot of goalmouth activity, but these are two teams that work very hard, and they push to try and be successful, and that's certainly a piece that you need if you want to go ahead and win championships, which they did last year. So yeah, disappointing that we weren't able to break them down, and I'm sure they're probably saying the same thing, disappointed they weren't able to break us down.
Now, once the game got into the overtime period, what was the message you relayed to your team?
It was just to stay calm, stay focused on what we do well, and that would be the way that we'd be successful. And it did. It created easily two of the best chances. We had two shots within about 10 and 12 yards. Great saves by their keeper on both. He was voted defensive, MVP of the year for a reason. Very good goalkeeper. So to create those chances, as opposed to a long-range shot that hits the post from outside of the box for them, I think that says a lot about our discipline and focus in overtime. So I was pleased with that. But I think overall, disappointing that neither team was really able to make that breakthrough. I thought we were going to get it there in the end.
Next week you guys go to California for a couple games. What's the focus on next week?
I think you could see we're already at that point now in the season. The boys have been pushing very hard. We're into that final little phase, and both mental and physical fatigue starts to creep in. So right now, to be quite honest, the most important thing is to make sure we recover. Recover physically, recover mentally. We've got another long trip on the road out to the West Coast, so we've only got a few days and then we're on a plane, and it does, the travel and the schedule at the Division I level is very demanding on these student athletes who obviously need to still keep up with their studies at the same time. So the focus is on recovery. The boys have already trained hard and understand what they need to do. Now they need to make sure that they're mentally and physically in the best shape to do it.
What do you want to see from your team out there on the road?
I think we need to get into our passing rhythm. That was something that we didn't do well with tonight, and that's probably credit to GCU. Again, very organised defensively. We weren't able to pass in the areas that we probably wanted to. I'm sure they're probably saying the same thing. So we need to make sure that we can get that ball moving a little bit quicker than we did tonight, and get guys in positions to receive the ball where they can use their ability. So that's what we'll focus on this week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.